ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यदविद्याविलासेन भूतभौतिकसृष्टयः तं नौमि परमात्मानं सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहम्. Okay, so we reached a major milestone, 6 chapters done. Okay, the 6 pramanas taken care of. And we also say a little bit of the theory of error in it. So I thought, since some of you have not gone through the Adhyasa Bhashya, etc., I will do the pancha khyati today. Before I do get into that, any questions, clarifications?
So this samvadi and asamvadi is still not very clear to me.
What is not clear? Samvadi and Visamvadi, okay. Okay, done. So I'll clarify Samvadi and Visamvadi pravritti.
Yeah.
Samvadi pravritti is when your action is fruitful because the knowledge on which you base that action is right.
Right.
Your knowledge may be right, still action not fruitful because of some other reason. That's a different thing. You saw a seashell lying there, you went to pick it up and you picked it up, you got the seashell. Samvadi pravritti. Okay. This shows that your what you call knowledge on which you based and the thing is in harmony. Vitsamvadi pravritti is you see silver on the shell, you go to pick it up thinking it is silver, but it turns out to be a shell. So your action based on that knowledge was not fruitful. This is called Visamvadi pravritti. Okay? Yeah. This is Samvadi and Visamvadi. Does pravritti and vritti, thought, these words have any relationship? Of course. Does the thought, vritti, and the pravritti have a relationship? Of course they have a relationship, because all actions, any action that a human being has done anywhere, anytime, is based on some knowledge. Even if it is a foolish expectation, there is still some foolish knowledge behind it. So that knowledge is in the form of vritti jnanam, in the form of a thought. On the basis of that thought you are acting. So as always your pravritti action is connected with your vritti thought. More, there has to be a knowledge, there has to be desire, another vritti, there has to be a decision to act, third vritti. So many vrittis will have to be there between knowledge and pravritti. The same thing will there in Visamvadi also. Therefore, Visamvadi proves error. Visamvadi proves error. Samvadi is very clear, theek hai, straightforward. Clear up to now? Okay.
Swamiji?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, just as a finer point of clarification.
Sure.
In some circumstances, an error may still lead to fruitful action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be classified as Visamvadi or Samvadi?
Pravritti is Samvadi, but the area is a grey area.
Okay.
That's why I gave that example last time. Na? They thought it was a lighthouse, it was actually a holy fire. Yeah.
Yes.
So that way. Those things, because
Yeah.
life does not always follow your paradigms. No?
Correct.
This is a paradigm of seeing how you know things. Life doesn't always follow it.
Yes. And I had another question, Swamiji. I was trying to reconcile this question I had asked at the beginning of the previous class. So this is the scenario where my pratyaksha pramanam is revealing to me a blue sky.
Pratyaksha pramanam is giving?
My eyes are revealing the sky is blue. My eyes are revealing that the sky is blue.
Yeah.
But the part which I am not clear is that the same pramanam where the error is reported is the pramanam which corrects itself.
Yeah, yeah.
But in such a scenario like my eyes reporting a blue sky, the only way I know it's not blue is to say anumanam or science or something else.
No, because then the blueness of the sky is an error.
Yes.
To prove it as error, you can have other things coming in. No?
Okay, you can.
Yeah. That's why he said, the pramanyam is self-evident. Validity is self-evident. But error is with other things.
Yeah. Thank you.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
Nisambhadi pravritti, it gives rise to knowledge. Means knowledge happens when the pravritti is nisambhadi. So any time for knowledge
Is invalidated. Your action invalidates your knowledge. That is Visambhadi pravritti.
No. Last time, like once we said that because of Nisambhadi pravritti, I came to know that it is not rope, it is not snake, it is.
Yeah.
When you ask the question that when does knowledge take place, in Sambhadi pravritti or Nisambhadi? So then you
One second. You're confusing everything up.
Yeah, I think that part.
Yeah. Because what is Visambhadi and Sambhadi pravritti? Understand that first.
Nisambhadi pravritti is my thought, when I do the action, it does not give rise to phala.
Your action based on the knowledge is not fruitful. Yeah, that is Visambhadi. That means what? The knowledge you base your action on is not correct. It was erroneous knowledge. That's all it is proving, nothing more than that. Knowledge takes place there also, later also. See, knowledge is constantly taking place. Yeah, and constantly. You remember Bruce Lipton's? I asked everyone to read that book, Biology of Belief. 85% of what you are living by is by information, knowledge. That information is being constantly this thing, including the feel of the air on your, all that is information. Yeah. So knowledge is constantly taking place. Here we are talking about when we are gaining knowledge in a focused manner. Pramana vichara is only when it comes to gaining knowledge in a focused manner. How do you know what you know? Yeah. Sometimes you know what you don't want to know also. The racket outside we don't want. So this goes on. So Samadhi pravritti says, what you know and what you knew, and the action proved successful. Only on the basis of knowledge. Now you can have right knowledge, but still do an action which is not fruitful. Your prarabdha is against it. Then what? Fate is against it. Fate means prarabdha is against it. Then what? That doesn't prove it is samadhi or visamadhi. Only on the basis of the knowledge what you have done. Yeah. But life is complex. So your knowledge will be there, your fate will be there, other people's actions will be there. Yeah. So many things will happen. Yeah. Like during this election, expect a lot of fake news coming in from China. Expect this. I mean, Chinese tried to disrupt the American presidential election last time, tried to influence it. Think they are not going to do it in India? Of course they will do it. So now we are acting on the knowledge that they are going to do it. Supposing we find that they were not successful, what does it mean? Samadhi or Visamvadi? Why? Because they tried, but it was thwarted. Yeah. So life is complex. Don't go by simple block thing. Yeah. Life is complex. Beg your pardon? Ne- What is the doubt? Tell me, clarify your doubt.
So, the Samadhi Pravritti and the Nisamadhi.
Samadhi pravritti?
And Nisamadhi.
Huh.
You said it's based on knowledge. I had a mind that it's based on the result.
No.
If the result is positive, it is Samadhi. The result is this. So I thought it is phalam based and not.
The phalam of Visambhadi pravritti is to prove that the knowledge you based it on was error, provided other factors are not interfering. You came to take this phone, thinking it is phone. I took it away. Was your effort successful? Does that mean this was not Samadhi pravritti? Because I did something. Na? Everything works, as I said, conditions. When you are dealing with Vyavahara, there is always a frame of reference. Shift that frame of reference, everything goes haywire. Whether it is Pramana Vichara, epistemology like this, or a scientific theory, anything. Because we are dealing with worldly knowledge. There is always this frame of reference.
But there is always an exception to the rule.
There will always be exceptions, yes. Yeah. That's why you have to take care of the exceptions by saying not under those conditions or this is an exception. Yeah. Like if you study Sanskrit grammar, you will come to that. There are rules for rules, there are rules for exceptions also. And then there are rules for exception to those exceptions.
Or legal definition.
Huh?
All the legal definitions.
Yeah. So when you study Sanskrit, you will find yourself becoming more logical. Yeah, you find it. Tarka is the same thing. These are all ancient education systems which refined your mind. So modern science also does it to an extent. If you have science education and if you have studied it like that, not mugged up to pass. If you have got that education, studied, you will become logical. For that there has to be knowledge, not information. It's a big difference between information and learning. Yeah. If you can mug up 18 times table, for example, that's information. But supposing I ask, when you say 18 5s are 90, what do you mean by it? 18 5s are 90, correct, 18 5s are 90. What do you mean by it? 18 into 5 is 90. But what is that 18? You see, it's just information. Because what does that number represent? See, a number is a part of language. Mathematics is another form of language. So what does it represent? Like when you say book, you know what it represents. So when you say 1 or 2 or 3, what does it represent? Objects of the same class, it is representing an object of the same type, of the same jati, the same class. Nobody taught mathematics. Mathematics would have been interesting. And won't be equally interested, if not more interested than men in math. But it's not taught like that. Numbers on the number line. What do you mean numbers on the number line? Set theory. What do you mean by set? Every set is a part of infinite set. And the zero set is a part of every set. And people just mug up to pass. You're not. This is information. What is knowledge? Don't try to teach your kids like this, okay? Mummy, इसे pass नहीं होएगा मैं. Because the whole focus is on passing, not on understanding. And the poor teacher, overworked teacher, is also doing the same thing. I have to finish the syllabus. Don't ask me to do anything extra. Though we had a few who would do it like that. They would be willing to put in that extra. So same thing comes in study of any subject matter. So now the question of erroneous knowledge. Okay. Everyone sees a world. And you have a philosophy, either drawn from the world or whatever, or from the Veda, or on the basis of inference, etc., etc., etc. If your perception of the world and your experience of the world is different from your theory, or in harmony with your theory, you still have to explain the world. And you have to explain why you are making error in your pramana. So this, in the Adhyasa Bhashya, I mean, in generally looking at it, there is a fivefold error is looked upon in a fivefold manner, depending upon the philosophy you subscribe to. The term used is khyati. Though I don't know how khyati came to represent error. Khyati stands for name. It's a name of something. Khyati smaranam. It can be also mean remembering something. Khyati you can also mean fame. But somehow by some usage, not very clear yet for me, it has come to stand for error. Okay. So when you say samyak khyati, you will say proper knowledge. Okay. Otherwise, khyati means error. Now, the term error is divided into sat khyati on one side, then naturally opposite asat khyati. Akhyati, there is no khyati, there is no error. Or anirvachaniya khyati. Sat khyati, asat khyati. Two major mistakes. Then akhyati, khyati hai hi nahi hai. There is no error. Or anirvachaniya khyati. Okay. Now, in sat khyati, we will have two. Okay. Anyatha khyati and atma khyati. The line explaining them both is the same. What is that? He says, Anyatre anya dharma adhyasaha. This is anyatha khyati. Anyatra. When you are seeing silver on the shell, anyatra meaning on the shell, anya dharma, the dharma of the silver is superimposed on it. This implies that it is only dharma adhyasa, not artha adhyasa. Dharma adhyasa, adhyasa of qualities, not adhyasa of the object. Okay. This is accepted by the Vaisheshikas, Nayayikas, and among the Vedantins, the Ramanujacharya, Vishishtadvaita. Okay. Anyatra dharma adhyasaha. Yatra yat adhyasati, tatra anyatra dharma adhyasaha. So how does the Nayayikas explain this? Why does it come? Alaukika pratyaksha. Alaukika pratyaksha. Okay. Yeah. You saw the shine here and you remembered the silver that is there in your cupboard and you impose the qualities of that perception on this one. Okay. That means what? Why is it called Satkhyati? The silver was real, shell is real. It's only a confusion. No? It's a confusion of two real perceptions. Can you see this? It's a confusion of two real perceptions. One perception, home cupboard, one perception on the beach. This shell. Confused here. If you are confused right now, understandable, because it's not correct. Okay. Clear with Anyatha Khyati? Or any questions with Anyatha Khyati?
But don't the Nayayyikas also say for a perception,
Yeah.
time and space has to be
Yeah.
the same. So memory, how do you say that?
Because that perception was real, no?
At that time.
Ah, that time it was real. So confusion of two perceptions, that's it. Then the next one is Atma Khyati. Atma Khyati is by the Vijnanavadin, one school of Buddhism. Bauddha's Vijnanavadin call it as Atma Khyati. Why? They are the original subjectivists. For them, everything is inside. Okay? Therefore, the defining sentence is the same. Anyadra, Anyadharma Adhyasa. There is no object. There is only an illusion of an object because of perception. Thought projection. So, the shell is also thought projection. The silver is also thought projection. Atma Khyati. Both the shell and the silver, both are projections of your Vijnanam.
So what you see is not there.
आई नहीं सब विज्ञानवादी है ना सब आत्मा ही है बौद्धा से या विज्ञानवादी सो द सेंटेंस इज द सेम अन्यत्र अन्य धर्म अध्यासः now anya dharma for the vaisheshikas both are functionally true, both are true. For this guy both are true functionally, but both are not true because both are projections of the mind. World is also a projection of the mind. The error is also a projection of the mind. That's why Atma Khyati.
Can we make mirage over here?
Go by that example.
Can you explain that?
So any error will be put into this. If you are a Vijnanavadin, mirage, ठीक है, sand is also what? Atma Khyati, na? Sand is Atma projection, Vijnana projection. Your mirage is also Vijnana projection. Therefore, both are equally real. Both are equally real, Sat Khyati. Yeah. Both are equally real. That's why it's called Sat Khyati. Because the projection and the locus both are considered equally real. That's why Sat Khyati. Your mirage is a projection of your Vijnanam. Your sand is also a project of Vijnanam. So what are they doing? They are explaining what they are seeing on the basis of the philosophy that they are carrying inside. Yeah. Through that lens they are seeing the whole world. For the Vaisheshika, like the scientist, everything is real. Therefore, the study of Gestalt, psychology, etc. came up. Study error. It's caused by some light reflection, etc. Therefore, it's valid. There is a certain validity given to it. That is why in the descriptions of perception in science, that description does not explain away error. Photometric description of perception in science does not deal with error. Because in science, the perception is photometry, meaning light reflected, etc., through the lenses. That's why the comparison with the camera and things like that. No? It works. As far as repairing your eye is concerned, it works. Cataract replaces replace the lens. It works. It doesn't explain error. So, Anyatha Khyati, Atma Khyati. Same definition. Yatra yat adhyasati, tatra anyatra dharma adhyasaha.
Swamiji, that Atma Khyati, they have no knowledge, no error, nothing.
Exactly. That's why they will use the word pratiti, etc. Both are pratitis, both are seen. Both are
If
pratitis.
the chair is there, the chair is not there. Means it's not real.
Yeah.
But it is functionally correct.
Everything. Yeah. Therefore, Vijnanavadin that is how they are looking at it. Atma is also not real. Why? A series of flickers of consciousness creates an illusion of a permanent self. Like when you wave a sparkler for Diwali, you create an illusion of a circle. नहीं नहीं किधर है आत्मा? Don't jump. I am coming to Shunyavada later. Vijnanavada only. Otherwise, you will get totally confused with this. I am telling you. Don't jump. Stick to process, step by step. I mean, I can go forward and backward if you want, but then after the end of it, don't say I didn't understand anything. Especially those who are following it online. Okay, sorry guys, I can't do anything about it. Okay.
So then the body and the mind also is not there.
किधर है?
The Atma is
See, what does your science tell you? Cells are being born and dying all the time, na? So where is permanent body? किधर है? है ही नहीं है. That's why scientists like Buddhism a lot. Buddhist thinking is very popular in the West because of this. See, permanent body किधर है? Every 7 years, total new body है ना? Total new body. Why should the fat cells remain the same?
No, they increase. They don't remain the same.
कम से कम फैट सेल निकल जाता था ना न्यू बॉडी.
And the mind, how is it?
Mind is changing even faster.
It is changing, but it is there.
What is there? Series of thoughts. Creating an illusion there is mind. What is there is only unit is thought only. Na?
So what is there?
Thought is there. Thought is projection of Vijnanam. Correct. That much you will accept. So Vijnanam, a flicker of consciousness. That's it. That much you will accept. और कुछ नहीं है. You are nothing but a flicker, meant to be flickered away.
So why the practices of quietening the mind all the time? What are they achieving by that?
Because you are only a flicker, so catch that moment. The past flicker has gone, a future flicker has not yet come. Catch the present. Live in the present.
Present we are talking about.
So they catch the flicker in the present. Whole thing is based on the stupidity.
Yeah. We'll never catch it.
Practice Tai Chi. Learn as far as it's dealing with your body, prana, etc. Don't let it go into the consciousness part. You'll get off. Up to here, it will help you. Meditation also will help you. If you look into the philosophy of it, Anir Moksha Prasanga, you won't get moksha. Because you are just a flicker, you exist only momentarily. है ही नहीं है.
They are very strong, very objective. Sukha Dukha also not there for them.
हाँ, student also?
Sukha Dukha also not there for them.
सुख दुख भी किधर है? Flickers.
Strong inside.
Yeah. Mind is strong because of that. Nothing is permanent.
Nothing bothers me.
At the same time, a thinking like this makes it difficult to plan for the future. Build things of lasting value. Everything momentary. How do you build a relationship? It's momentary. What I'm feeling now, na? How do you build something? How will you build an institution? They did it. And the people who did it were not Vijnanavadins. They were the Zen masters who did that. That's a different thing. Yeah. So there is where the thing came. Yeah.
The Zen philosophy is different.
Yeah. So clear? Anyatya khyati, Atma khyati is clear. Same definition. Definition doesn't change. Okay. Only that other dharma is Atma dharma or objective dharma. That's all that changes. Dharma of the silver you saw or dharma of the Atma, Vijnanavadin, projection. That's the only thing that is different. Okay. Anyatra dharma adhyasa. Yeah. Same line for two definitions. Okay. Then akhyati. Akhyati, there khyati hai hi nahi, mistake hai hi nahi hai. Okay. This is accepted by the Prabhakaras. Who are the Prabhakaras? Mimamsakas. Mimamsakas. Vedic, Purva Mimamsa, first section of the Veda. Okay. Yatra yat adhyasaha tad viveka agrahana nibandhanaha brahma iti. What is Brahma? Viveka agrahanam. Yatra yat adhyasa. On this shell you saw silver. Yatra yat adhyasa. Viveka grahana nibandhanaha. It is similar to Nayayikas. But here it is saying, you had a perception of silver before. You have a perception of silver now. Were both the perception right in its own time? You forgot to see the difference between the two, Abhi. When you seeing the shell, you could not have the viveka between your previous perception and now perception. All perceptions are valid. Akhyati. There is no error only. It's only viveka problems, aviveka problems. Your Vedanta also says that, na? Viveka, Vahan, Bhava, and all that. Dekha, aisa hi. Two perception, mix up kar diya. You didn't have enough viveka to see both as separate. First understand, then I'll dismiss. Okay. First understand, then I will dismiss. Huh? Yeah. See, your perception of silver at that time and place was valid. Valid perception. Your perception of shell now is valid. Mix up here. Two perceptions you mixed up. And you saw silver here. That's all. Viveka agrahanam. Okay. Then asat khyati now. Asat khyati. This is a shunyavadin. Asat khyati is shunyavadin. Yatra yat adhyasa tasyeva vipirita dharmatva kalpanam. Wherever there is an adhyasa, vipirita dharma, some different dharma you imagined on it. Why? What is there? Shunyameva satyam. All that there is shunya. So first you did vipirita dharma of shell. Then you are doing another vipirita dharma of silver. Sab vipirita dharma only. Asat khyati. Asadeva satyam. Idamagram asit. Ekameva advitiyam. Asadeva idamagram asit. Your Upanishad also says that. Bolte kya nahi hai? Chand ho gaya. What khyati are you talking about? If the shell is asat, your silver is also asat. Where is khyati? Whole khyati is asat. You are experiencing something. Who is experiencing? Vijnanam. Between two flickers of consciousness, what is there? Nothing. Shunyameva satyam. Asat khyati.
There's not much difference between this asat and
Because both are same school, na? Vijnana, Bauddhas, Vijnanavadin or Shunyavadin, nahi farak hai.
With extension.
Huh?
The extension of that.
Extension of that, exactly. It's an extension. Yeah?
How we look at each definition,
Hmm?
the standpoint in some cases is absolute and standpoint in
Some cases relative, exactly.
why those things are not
Yeah.
just the value of relative.
Because see, the Nayayika will always take a relative standpoint because he is dealing only with the relative world. Nyaya Vaisheshika will always take a relative standpoint because he is dealing. See, and who's using these terms? See, all of them, none of these schools have the idea of Paramarthika, Vyavaharika, and Pratibhasika. Absolute reality, functional reality, subjective reality. These three are not there in all schools. Generally only two, functional and subjective. That is where the problem comes in. Now let us look at that. First what we saw was Anyata Khyati, na? Shoot.
So, so far as Khyati is concerned, they say that in between those people in consciousness, what is there is again according to them what is there when they
What is there? Only flickers of consciousness. That's it.
nothing. And so far as
Not nothing, flickers of consciousness.
figure of consciousness, and according to Asata Khyati, in between those two flickers
It's only Shunya. So everything is Shunya now. So if everything is Shunya, your perception of the shell is also Shunya. Based on Shunya, Anyatra Dharma Adhyasa. What is there is Shunya. On that you imagined a shell. And then on top of that shell you are imagining a silver. Kidhar Khyati hai, all imagination only. Go fish. Very
That's all I can explain on waking thing, in deep sleep.
शून्य ओनली डीप स्लीप में क्या है कुछ नहीं है now why are you all finding it difficult because this is not in harmony, all these are not in harmony with your experience.
But that is fundamentally because our mind is already trained to think of it as three levels of
Yeah. Yeah. Now look at it in Anyata Khyati. Anyata Khyati is Nyaya Vaisheshika. Okay, Anyatra Dharma Adhyasa. Are you seeing the shell and saying it looks like my silver and then projecting the silver on this? It's a unit perception. Yeah, it's a unit perception. When you see the silver, you don't see the shell. When you see the shell, you don't see the silver. In Tamil, there is a statement like that. What is that? When you see the dog, you don't see the stone. When you see the stone, you don't see the dog. This is very often interpreted to say, "Arey, dog is barking in the night and disturbing my sleep. There is no stone here to throw at him." दिन में stone बहुत दिखता है लेकिन dog नहीं है. That is not the idea. The idea is that dog that you took as real. You are going to someone's house and he has a carving of a dog outside which is very realistic. When you see the dog, you miss the stone. It's a stone dog. So when you see the stone, you don't see the dog. That's the idea. Therefore, unit perception. There's a unit perception there which proves that it cannot be Anyata Khyati. Or Atma Khyati also. Anyatra Dharma. No? So even Atma Khyati cannot come. If everything is Kshanikam, how do you project from one Kshanikam to another Kshanikam? You can't project. Projection नहीं हो सकता है. Okay.
Memory cannot come, so everything is shared.
Yeah. Then Akhyati. If both perceptions are real, according to you, you keep the shell and give me your silver. No? Yeah. Because again unit perception. No? It is not that you are seeing the shell and remembering your silver and think that perception, this perception to confuse it up. You have seen only one perception. For you at this moment of time, there is only one unit perception. That argument holds good for this argument also. To say akhyati, how can you say that? Because what are you seeing? Silver. Viveka is possible only when you see two things together. When two things are mixed up, you can separate out with Viveka. No? दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी. Separate it out. When two things are mixed up in your perception, you can have Viveka. Like I feel I am the body, I feel it is my body. Same both way. So which is true? You can have Viveka. Whether I am the body or it is my body. You can do Viveka for that. Here you are not seeing two things, you are seeing only one thing. You are not even seeing a mixture. आधा सिल्वर देखा, आधा शेल देखा. So this Viveka question doesn't come up. Viveka grahana nibandhana, aviveka grahana nibandhana doesn't come up. Then asat khyati. If everything is shunya for you, what dharma are you imposing on what? Exactly. You cannot have a concept of shunya on something. You can have a concept only on something that is there. I am holding a book in my hand. You can see Yathartha Jnanam. This is Vedanta Paribhasa book. Okay. Or you can say, oh, Swamiji is doing, this is his Brahma Sutra book. हाथ में कुछ नहीं है. Can you see his Brahma Sutra book or Vedanta Paribhasa book? On nothing what are you going to impose? On Shunya, what are you going to impose? And who is imposing? That guy is also Shunya, na?
There's no imposition.
There's nothing to impose, there's no imposition, and there's nobody to impose then. When you present Shunyavada, it looks nice, but where is the thing? Then you will have to combine it with Vijnanavada and say, no, this is an illusion which is Vijnanavada. And then reality is Shunya. See, we are dismissing the Shunyavada of Buddhism. We are not dismissing Buddha, okay? Though I could dismiss Buddha, why not? Why not? Oh, Buddha was a great soul. Great soul? If I am taking an aggressive stance. What great soul? He quit his responsibilities, baby at home, and he walked away, leaving his wife and child. Is that the right thing to do? Is it dharma? Then finally what he concluded? Everything is Shunya. Hey, nonsensical. I can dismiss Buddha. Or I can, no. But people have a charismatic approach. Buddha was a great man, everything he said is true. That's called charismatic approach. But if I am proving everything he said is nonsense, how can you say he is a great man? He is a great man, therefore what he said is true. So when I am dismissing this, he is saying, no, he is a great man, this should be true. If you really examine many of our heroes, they will end up like this. Or you could give a benefit of doubt to Buddha and say, yes, Buddha did not speak about the Atma. The Shunyavada was written 500 years after Buddha's death by Nagarjuna. Therefore, it was his projection on Buddha's silence. Why did Buddha keep silent? Either he did not have the words to explain it, because he had not done traditional studies, or he thought people are not ready for it. Therefore, let me make them ready by making them live a life of contemplation, this, that, etc. Sattvic mind first, then we will see about the truth. This is giving benefit of doubt to Buddha and explaining, which is a right approach to take, because Shankara calls Buddha Tatagataha, Sugataha, etc. Tat, the reality, Agatam, understood, Yena, Tatagata. Sugatam, Sushtu Gatam Jnanam Yasya, one whose way, knowledge was very beautiful. So, since Vedantins themselves are given the name to Buddha, we will accept the second one option. I won't be aggressive and dismiss Buddha. I will accept Buddha and this thing. I will dismiss Shunyavada. I will dismiss Kshanikavada, not the person. Okay, this is the stand I take. Okay. Now, if all these are not true, Vedantin comes forward and says, it is Anirvachaniya Khyati. What is Anirvachaniya Khyati? Same line. Yatra yad adhyasa tasyeva viparita dharmatva kalpanam. You are imagining, you are projecting something that is other than what is there. You are projecting something as other than what is there. What is there is shell, you have projected silver. Can you say silver is not there? You are seeing it. Can you say it is there? No, because it disappears. Therefore, how will you categorize that silver? Neither Sat nor Asat, neither real nor unreal. Not unreal because you saw it, not real because it disappears. Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Anirvachaniyam meaning that which cannot be categorized. That which cannot be categorized as real or unreal. Anirvachaniya Khyati. This is a Vedanta. And you use the Anirvachaniya Khyati for the whole world. Whole world you use the same thing. Book. Anirvachaniyam. Why book is Anirvachaniyam? Nothing but paper. Where is a book? Shift your attention, only paper is there, book is not there. But book is there, no? Book is there. So will you classify the book as real as the paper? No. Will you classify it as not there? No. Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Table. What is table? Only wood. But table is there. Yes. Table is there for you to see, for you to use. What is there? Only wood. Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Whole world is like that. Take anything in the world. That means what? Whole world is adhyasa. Your whole vyavaharika satyam is nothing but adhyasa. Pratibhasika is of course adhyasa, it's subjective. You can like Karela and I can like okra, fine. Or neither. That's subjectivity, that doesn't prove any reality. Subjectivity does not prove any reality. Yeah. So, Pratibhasika Satyam Adhyasa anyway. Let me take it a step further. Can you fall in love with someone unless you have projected some qualities on that person? All of you know that. I'm not sure of one guy here. Everyone else, I'm sure. All of you know that. Yeah. I'm not projecting. I only said I'm not sure. See? Yeah. So, Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Anyway, you have projected. I am a limited entity. It's only an experience. So, some sort of reality is there. But that finitude goes away on knowing the truth. Therefore, Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Ahankara is Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. My notion about myself is Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. My body, mind, everything is Sat Asatbhyam Anirvachaniyam. What is left behind? Ekameva Advitiyam Brahman Sadakhyam. But we are not going into that right now. We are dealing with 5 ways of looking at error. How you make an error. Because you can't say error is not there in life. There are a lot of erroneous perceptions. Half your life is based on erroneous perceptions only anyway, isn't it? Later on you do, I wish I knew. That's why that statement, if only the youth knew and the aged could, life would be very different. If I had this knowledge of what I am now, when I was 20, oh my God, what a change it would have been in my life. If I had the ability of 20 now, oh, what a change. Would you always have to sacrifice one for the other? Yeah, that's how life is. Youth for wisdom.
Even the mind, the thoughts,
Yeah. See, that's why Shunyavada. When you look at it, what is connecting two thoughts? It cannot be nothingness. Because, look at it, the first flicker has gone. Second flicker has not yet come. It will come only after the first goes. Kshanika Vijnanavada. So, in between they say Shunya. If it is Shunya, how does this flicker remember what the first flicker experienced? I said something. You're a flicker, that flicker is gone. Second flicker remembers what I said. No? That's why you can relate to what I'm saying now. So, if it was Shunya in between, what is connecting up all the flickers? There's no connection. But you're remembering, your experience is different. That means what? There is something connecting. You are seeing one flicker gone, second flicker gone, third flicker gone. I am there seeing the whole thing. No? That's why the importance of recognizing Sakshi Chaitanyam. Now you see the importance of saying Sakshi. Chaitanyam is important because I am the one who is witnessing the whole thing. If to say I am Shunya is like saying I don't have a tongue. Like saying I don't have a tongue. Exactly, you can't. It's a notion that they have and they're trying to live by it. Yeah. Why all this has come up? Pramana bhava. No pramana. That's the problem. The problem is nothing. They are great thinkers. The problem is there is no pramana to tell them the truth. And this is not something you can figure out. If you go only by your experience, you will come to all these conclusions. That's why Shankara at the end of the section says, all these different opinions show that ignorance of the self is universal. Different opinions of the same thing show what? Ignorance is there in all. That's why different opinions. If 5 people are giving me 5 opinions of this book, that means they don't know what the book is about. But I have a right to my opinion. New liberal thinking. Oh my God, Narayana. Yes, you have a right to your opinion. India is a free country. If you want to be an idiot, be an idiot. Who am I to argue against it? Please be. Yeah, I mean, democracy, it's a free country. Yeah. Huh? All that will come under Dvaita schools. Dvaita schools, there is no Adhyasa. Everything is taken as real. Na? Vallabhacharya is Shuddha Advaita. In Shuddha Advaita, God is also real and the world is God's body. Therefore, body is also real. Because your body is real. So they call it Shuddha Advaita, but actually it's Shuddha Advaita. Pure duality. Yeah. Visishta Advaita is Ramanujacharya. In Vishishta Advaita, they follow this one. Anyata khyati. Anyata khyati. Vishishta Advaita. Anyata khyati. Vallabhacharya is Shuddha Advaita or Advaita. Yeah, I know, it's all taken. See, it's a good bhakti standpoint. You're humanizing that bhakti. The problem of it is, you can end up very, very subjective about the whole thing. That is where the problem is. Like I remember very clearly in the ashram, my junior batch. So once I happened to be in Bombay, I was in Rishikesh at that time when the junior batch was there. So I happened to be in Bombay. When I happened to be in Bombay, I said, I had a room fixed in Rishikesh. I mean in Sandeepni, because they thought I'm going to come back. That is their projection, let them continue. I may come back, I'm not sure when. So I had the room. So I went there. So night, Janmashtami night, everything got over at 12 o'clock. So after that some prasad was given and then coming down the steps of that huge temple, because it's a huge temple and right on the top, beautiful temple that is. This lady saying, oh my God, कल लाला को 4 बजे उठाना पड़ेगा, देखिए स्नान देना पड़ेगा उसको. See, if bhakti was real, you wouldn't crib about it. If it was your child and you have to get up at 4 o'clock, you will do it. Okay? May not be very happy doing it, but you will do it. So I said, let me see how much of the subjectivity is there. मेरा मन थोड़ा different होता है. I said, अभी अभी जन्म हो गया, बेचारे को सोने दो ना, 4 बजे क्यों उठा रहे हैं? 7 बजे उठा, अपना ब्रेकफास्ट का पहला उठा के स्नान करके आ जाओ. हाँ, बहुत अच्छा आइडिया. Yeah. She still holds me in high regard because I said that. कितना वेदांता समझा, I don't know. I said, you have to do practical, na? Poor guy, just born. Let him sleep. She forgot another thing, that a newborn baby will get up every 2 hours for milk. वो भूल गया. And then they say sadhus don't know things. What's about real life? What 2 hours? 1.5 hours, they're up. So, are you getting all this? Finally, the error can be explained only as anirvachaniya. If it is not there, asat khyati. If it is not there, you would not see it. If it is really there, it will not disappear. Bada would not be possible. Since bada is possible, it is not there. Since you see, it is there. Therefore, sat asadbhyam anirvachaniyam. The only thing that works. Yeah. Because the difficulty in accepting this very often is because our minds always think in categories. You always have to categorize. This. Yeah, aisa hai, yeah, aisa hai, yeah, aisa hai. That's why Vedanta looks difficult, because we have to get into thinking without categorization. I remember in one of the meetings, 2 teachers are on. Vedanta is from the known to the unknown. Na? Another person is saying, no, pramana is used from the unknown to the known. The unknown is made known to you. No, Chandrashaka, Nyaya, etc., known to the unknown. Pramana is being used, idiot, it has to be unknown to known. So I told them, दोनों में जाके बाहर जाके एक दूसरा का सिर फोड़ दो. Both of you are not understood what Vedanta is. All of you are wondering what it is? थोड़ा सोच लो, अच्छा है. This problem came up because of categorization. Vedanta uses both Chandrashaka Nyaya as well as the Pramana. The Chandrashaka Nyaya is used to understand the Pramana. So an unknown Brahman is being revealed to you, but not totally unknown. Asmat Pratyaya Vishayatvat. Because again the problem comes up because trying to categorize. So now you know why I told both the teachers, go out and break each other's heads. Yeah, both of you guys are not understood. Because they are both junior to me, I could say that. Batchmate रहता तो भी और बोलता था. Are you getting it? This is where the whole thing comes in. Non-categorical understanding. That is why now all this I could have put it in a nice sheet and given you all. Na? Khyati. Sat khyati, asat khyati, anyadaya khyati, anirvachanaya khyati. In this case, it can be done. If somebody is doing it,
We'll make notes like that only.
in this case, it can be done, not a problem.
So we'll write down what we do.
But some people also make this. Qualities of the Atma, qualities of the Anatma. What does this? Please don't get into that. Categorization. You'll give reality to everything. Yeah. Unknown to known or known to unknown business. The attempt at categorization. I have seen Vedanta teachers also trying to categorize too much. Drop that. In your understanding, drop categorization. When it comes to Atma, all categories are off. Categorization is Nyaya Vaisheshika, scientific thinking. Newtonian logic, Aristotelian logic. This is neurofuzzy logic. A is equal to B, but B is not equal to A. Yeah, that type of thinking comes on. So you have to have that change thinking for Vedanta to work. So next class we will go into the easier two chapters. The last two chapters are much easier. It talks about subject matter of Vedanta and the use of Vedanta. Okay, so very beautiful chapters, very smooth flowing chapters. So if any of your friends have not been attending thinking it's also difficult, Bandra class, get them all to attend. These next two chapters are very easy. Acha hai. Some knowledge they'll still get to them. Okay, so good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.